yesterday, I think most of you know, we got a call around 7:30ish in reference to a man unresponsive called in by his wife to the sheriff's office. Deputies responded, EMS responded, ambulance personnel responded. He was deceased. We started our investigation. We did feel like the investigation was a homicide. Early on yesterday, although we didn't mention it, we did feel like it was a result of a domestic dispute. Upon all of our investigation, deputies spent most of the day interviewing Miss Sias. I think her name is Darlene Sias. We released Miss Sias yesterday pending some tests that we wanted to do in our lab. We had not processed any of the vehicles at the time. Our FIU detectives last night, probably around 11 o'clock, were in the process of processing the vehicle, found what we believe to be more evidence to support our theory. In the meantime, Ms. Sias came back to the sheriff's office around 11 o'clock, and through her statements and what evidence we had gathered, we arrested Ms. Sias last night on second-degree murder for the murder of her husband, 62-year-old Joseph Sias. At this time, I'm still not going to release the cause of death because, first of all, the coroner has not completed his autopsy and given us a report on the cause and manner of death. We have a theory and what we believe was the cause of death that we will release as soon as we gather and finish up tying up some loose ends with the coroner and our investigation. We're certainly not finished with this investigation. As you know, sometimes we have to wait on crime lab reports, which we still are waiting for. They take sometimes 12 to 15 hours, sometimes several days, and we're going to wait before we actually release a definite what we believe a cause of death is till we get all those reports back, and then I think we have some more interviews that detectives want to do with neighbors and associates before we wrap it up, and that may take that part of it may even take several more days, so even into next week or the next. But we do have an arrest. Ms. Sias does have a criminal history. Most of it is for battery and other misdemeanors. It's nothing, she's got aggravated domestic violence. She's got battery on a police officer, public intimidation, contempt of court, worthless checks, a couple other disturbing the peace by fighting, just those types of charges. She is 52 years old, if I'm not mistaken, and like I said, this case is by no means over with, but we have made an arrest and do feel like it's attributed to domestic violence.
On her criminal history, when was that domestic violence arrest?
It looks like she's got she's got arrests from 1982 to present. Some of these say why. Hang on just a minute. Contempt of court charge in 82, shoplifting in 83, simple battery by domestic violence in 1997. That was by the Lake Charles Police Department. Hit and run driving, 1998. Issuing worthless checks in 1998. In 2000, aggravated battery by domestic violence, battery on a police officer, public intimidation. 2004, contempt of court. I don't really understand this, Brent. You may be able to help me, but it's in 2005. It says RS MUN PURP DP fighting.
Sounds like a municipal code. Is it Lake Charles Police?
No, it may be out of Colorado. I don't know if that's possible, but it says CO fighting CO 54/119.
Probably municipal.
Okay. And it looks like since 2005, she has not had any other arrest. But from 82 to 2005, she has a pattern of aggressive actions, I guess is a proper way to say it. So,
how much is her bond for that?
she does not have a bond at this time. Actually, we're holding 72-hour court in the jail this morning, so it's possible that a judge, second-degree murder, they could do no bond. It's all up to the judge, and I don't even know who the judge is today. I'm assuming Canada is the judge on. I don't know. It could be a no bond, or they could set a high bond. That's up totally to the discretion of the judge. So we may be able to have that information for you this afternoon. I'm gonna assume that since she's in 72-hour court right now, and like I said, I'm assuming she made 72-hour court, but I'm only assuming that. So I wouldn't report that she went to court until we can confirm that.
They're saying they're getting her arrest warrant.
I'm going to get the sign this morning either way, whether she goes 72 hours.
So
Okay.
they'll assign the bond.
You know, we have to, it's a law, they have to go to 72-hour court by 72 hours. Obviously, holidays do play into that, so it could be next week if for some reason she didn't go today, because tomorrow I think is declared a holiday by the governor. So, and Monday is a holiday. So it is possible, but why don't you step in there and make a call? Or I don't know. You can roll the cameras. I don't mind calling the jail and asking them if she made 72-hour court, but I know y'all are rolling right now. Okay.
About her demeanor when she called.
She actually showed up here.
In the initial 911 call, was she distraught? Was she...
You know, I don't know that we really want to comment on that, because that has kind of bit us in the past. You know, because everybody reacts different, and you know, defense attorneys will say, well, you know, how are you supposed to act? You know, but I do think that once the case is disposed of, you could probably get a copy of that. It would probably be public record. So she, you know, and that really is part of the investigation right now. And I say that kind of off the record. Things that she said there were not consistent with what she was telling detectives. So that's kind of important right now for us as far as the case. I don't think it'll make or break it, but it is, you know, that is something that we probably shouldn't comment right now. You know, I do believe at some point all that comes out for you and makes for interesting stories. But right now, I'd like to, again, tie up some of these loose ends that we have. You know, we're not nearly finished. I mean, even when a case kind of falls into place for us like this, it doesn't mean that we have to let our guard down and not watch what we're doing, because our ultimate goal is making an arrest is one thing, but getting a conviction and getting a you know, an arrest and conviction for the district attorney and the judge to hear fairly, because whether we like it or not, she has rights, and we have to honor that. That's why we stopped interviewing her yesterday when she said she wanted an attorney, because that's her right as a citizen. And you know, obviously we had enough evidence that we felt we could arrest her anyway, or we would not have done that. So.